Hey, what's going on, guys? D-Mac back with part 4 of our series where we see if Carver Lewis can get over 1,579 points to beat Ray Bourque's career totals. Let's look at our edit line screen and see what our team looks like this season. When it comes to line chemistry, our team has taken a bit of a step back, but Vitaly Abramov and Brady Tkachuk and our top line's looking real strong. We got this Omar kid, 79 overall. He was a draft pick by Boston last year. We got Stefan Backlund, who was a second-round pick by us about 5 years ago. We got Josh Norris still on our team. Anyway, Carver Lewis and Artem Lazarev, as always, on that top pairing defense with the +5 career year for Carver Lewis. This season, he is so going to crack 1,000 career points as a 27-year-old. We got Bowen Byram on our team now, rocking that second pairing defense along with Yoki Haru. Again, we got Miroslav Ivanons as our third pairing defenseman with Brant Clark. In net, we've got Kozhanov, who did jump back up to 84 overall, and Yahir Dimitrakos went to 83. So we're going to have a 1A, 1B kind of situation going on. Let's look at our power play. +3 on the top and +3 on the second power play line. Carver Lewis is on both of them. +1s on both our 4-man power play groups with Carver Lewis on both as well. We're just going to jump back and get right into year number 11. All right, and year number 11 is about to begin against the Boston Bruins. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. There are new videos on this channel coming every single frickin' day. So a 1-0-1 start, that's not great, not terrible. 2-0-1 looks a lot better, though. So I think, I kind of feel like our team has taken a slight step backwards when it comes to how good we are offensively, but at the same time, we got that +5 bonus on our top line. Our top line is absolutely fire with Brady Tkachuk and Vitaly Abramov. You know, it's like these guys are playing like they're 95 overall, but nothing like your boy Carver Lewis, who's playing like a 98 overall offensive defenseman with his best buddy Artem Lazarev. You got to think, both Carver Lewis and Artem Lazarev are the same age. They're pushing 30 years old, and they have only ever played on the same line as each other, except Carver Lewis was drafted 1 year earlier, and he played his first season with Ron Hainsey as his defensive partner, and that's back when he got 73 points in his rookie season. And yeah, so his point totals, I'm trying to remember what his point totals have been every single season since his career started. So it was 73 in his rookie year. What was it? 73 in his rookie year, 74 in his sophomore year, 93 in his third year, back down to 73 in his fourth year. Fifth year, he went to 110. Sixth year was 112. Seventh year was 108. And then in his 8th year, he dropped back down to 84. 9th year, he went up to 92, I believe. And then last year, he had a career frickin' high, 117 points. So can he keep this train a frickin' rolling? I know this team is rolling. Look at this. We are 24, 4-3 to start the season. What a frickin' record. And I'm sitting here going, yeah, our team's going to drop off the map in this one. We're already on pace for like 60 frickin' wins pretty much. Oh my goodness, 27, 5-3. This is a mental record, dude. No, I'm not trading anybody away on this team. Yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm doing this with minimal trades, essentially just naturally growing this team. And if there are any holes in my lineup, I'm just picking a guy up here or there on free agency, essentially just sticking with what I got. I picked up Bowen Byram, again, on free agency. There was like one trade that I think I've made one trade in the last 2 years, something like that. I think I traded to get Alex Formenton back last year, and I think that's pretty much the only trade I've made. Otherwise, it's just been free agent pickups. Or did I trade for that? I think I traded for that Boston kid. I think I traded away a draft pick or something, or I think I traded away a draft pick or a prospect that didn't fit. That's what it was. I traded away a prospect that was ready to come up to the NHL, but just didn't fit anywhere on my team. So I said, you know what? I'm going to find like a bottom 6 guy that does fit on this team. We are over 50 games. We're at 51 games into the season, and we have 40 wins. It's like, dude, this team, this is one of those teams that I'm like, we're going to do all right, but we're not going to, we're not going to like shatter any records or anything. And it's like, here we are on pace to just shatter records. It's like our team's scoring lots of goals. We're looking really, really solid. We have 43, 8-3 record. This is absolutely mental. We are under 60 games into the season, and we're almost at 100 points. That is absolutely nuts. Could we get to 100 points by the trade deadline? We have like 5-6 games left before we're past the trade deadline. Can we get to 100 points? Holy cow pies. We're at 94. Here we go. 96 points. 96, come on, we're up against New Jersey. Still 94, never mind, I thought we were at 96, we're at 94. I must have just read that wrong or a little premature or something. Another loss, here we go, yeah, you can't get to 100 points before the trade deadline, the game forbids it, but then we get to 98 by the deadline. That is absolutely mental. Against New Jersey, we win, and we're at 100 points in the season. Here we go. 100 points on the season. We got a long way to go. 102. Can we keep this train a-rolling? 104. Here we go, baby. 50 wins. 50 wins in under 70 games. That's what I'm talking about. Still at 104. End of the season, we got to lose every game, right? 107 points. Here we go. 109. Is this going to be a record-breaking season? I think our record is like 118 or 117 or something. And there's another one. We're at 114 with 5 games to go. 114, still at 114. Still at 114. 116, here we go. Can we get to 120? Let's do it, boys. 120, it's a record. 118, come on. 120, 57, 19, and 6. I wonder who won the President's Trophy. Let's see how Carver Lewis did this year. He got 105 points. Carver Lewis over 1,000 points in his career, and he is 28 years old with over 1,000 frickin' points. Here we go. 1,041. He's got 400 career goals. He is, I believe, 12 goals away from tying Ray Bourque. And Ray Bourque played for 22 years, and he played over 1,600 games. So anyone who says, yeah, but you got injuries off, I don't give a single care, man. Ray Bourque played 1,612 frickin' games. Carver Lewis has played like 1,000. Actually, he's played less than 1,000 games, so Lazarev's doing pretty good. Let's look at the goaltenders. 910 for Kozhanov. That's what I'm talking about, 252. Dimitrakos played pretty darn good there as our 1B goaltender, playing 29 games. As far as defensemen go, I was 69 points ahead of anybody else on the team. Ooh, Western Conference. Let's go to entire league, where Lewis beat Eric Brandstrom by 41 points. Who is going to take the trophy? Nico Hischier. And look at Connor McDavid. Back up to 111 points. Carver Lewis in the top 7 in the NHL in points at the end of the year. So let's just skip right on ahead to the playoffs. So in the first round of the playoffs, we're going up against the Boston Bruins. All right, here we go. Round 1. Up 1-0. Up 1-0, up 2-0. There we go. 2-1. We tied this. Well, they're coming back a little bit in the series. 3-1. We're up. 4-1. We're going to the second round, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go, boys. Return to glory, baby. Return to glory. That's what we need. Stop simulation. Let's go up against the Florida Panthers in the second round. Game 1. Nope. AHL playoff game, round 1. Blah, blah. 1-0. 2-0. 3-0. 4-0. We swept the Florida Panthers in the second round. We're going to the Eastern Conference frickin' Finals. Here we go up against the New Jersey Devils yet again. Let's skip ahead past all 5 of the first games of the third round. 1-0. We're up. Here we go, baby. 1-1. 1-2. 1-3. Holy crap. They're up 3-2 on us. Come on, baby. Stay in it. We lost in the friggin' Eastern Conference Finals again. I think our window is closing, people. I think the window is beginning to close, and the Devils, it seems like every team that beats us wins the cup, eh? So let's take a quick peek at the awards, and we're going to move right on to year number 12. So Carver Lewis led the team with 18 points in 15 playoff games. Oops! I went to the wrong thing. We got to go to playoff points. Player stats in the playoffs. 18 points in 15 games for Mr. Carver Lewis. Look at Landon McCallum. He's kicking ass, taking names in the playoffs as well. Look at that. 1,041 freaking points. He's got 164 points in the playoffs. He's only a plus 17, but that's going to get better. No worries about that. So let's take a peek at the awards really quick, and then we'll get on to year number 12. The Devils, and we won the President's Trophy for the second year in a row. I think fourth time since we started this series. Heischer with the Ross, Marner with the Hart. Let's see, Carver Lewis with his sixth or seventh straight James Norris Trophy. The Calder goes to Convoy. Grebeshkov with the Smythe. Kozhanov with the Vezina. Look at this beauty. Kozhanov with the Jennings as well. That's what I'm talking about. That's his second freaking Vezina trophy. And there's Mitch Marner, and Barnett gets the Maurice Richard trophy. Let's get into the 12th season in this series. So here we go in year number 12 with Carver Lewis and his Ottawa Senators. Carver Lewis is now 29 years old, I believe. So now we had to get rid of one or two guys because of cap reasons. So we picked up Olli Eskalainen, +3 on that third, and Henrik Omark and Cedric Kessler. We actually picked up a couple of new fellas here. Stefan Backlund is coming, I think he was in last year, but Joseph Perry is coming up. He's another draft pick from the Boston Bruins we picked up last year in the trade for that prospect that didn't fit on our team that I can't remember who it is now. Gavin Lowry, he was a draft pick of ours from 3 years ago. And as always, Carver Lewis and Mr. Artem Lazarev on that top pairing. Over 1,000 points in the career of Carver Lewis. And we're just going to keep that train of frickin' rolling. Oh yeah, by the way, signs a new 8-year, $16.6 million contract. Artem Lazarev for 3 more years at 7.6. We got Clark and Byram up here. Ivanons and Henry Jokiharju on that third pairing. So we're going to look at our special teams. The power play, we got a +3 on that first pairing, or first line, and only a +1 on the second. It's the best I could do, man. The team is downsizing a little. I think our window ended. We are no longer a Stanley Cup contending team, but we still got Sergei Kozhanov for 5 more years as our starting goalie, and Harvey Fritz as our newest backup goaltender. Let's get into year number 12. All right, and we are beginning the 12th season of the career of Carver frickin' Lewis. I do believe our Stanley Cup contention days are mostly behind us right now until we can grow a couple of these new players that we got. So I think we're gonna kind of be. I think we'll still be a playoff team, but I think we're gonna kind of be like a first round exit kind of team, you know. So. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like our run is coming to an end. I say this as we get off to a friggin' 6-1-1 start, 7-1-1 start. But no, it's been a fantastic run. We're 12 years in. We've essentially been a contending team for the last 8 or 9 years. And you can only do that for so long. I think, like I said, we're going to make the playoffs. I don't think we're going to get very far in the playoffs. But next year, a lot of these guys are going to grow. They're going to want brand new contracts. And I think as soon as we sign that Eskalainen kid, if he works out, he fits very well on our team. If he ends up working out as a big-time mainstay on our team, I think he could do really great things for us. And that could kind of catapult us right back up into being a contending team. You know, I know that Brady Tkachuk is starting to head toward the end of his career. He's played about 1,000 games with us. He's in his 30s. He's going to start dropping soon, and his freaking cap hit is not getting any smaller, you know. Brady Tkachuk makes over $10 million a year with us on top of Carver Lewis's friggin' $16.6 million until he's 37 years old, you know. But I am happy that we have Carver Lewis until he's 37 years old, because then I have peace of mind knowing that he still has a lot of years left in his career. We are actually off to a start to this season that is better than I thought it was going to be. We're 17-6-5, and you know what? Honestly, I ain't going to say anything bad about that. I think 18-6-5. There you go. That's better than I thought we were going to get off to as a starting point. Now I'm really hoping that Carver Lewis can have another 100-point season. If he can, it's like he is getting so close, you know, to Ray Bourque's all-time record, 1579. He is getting so close to that, and if he can beat it, that's the thing, right? He's only got, I think Carver Lewis really only has like 3 or 4 more years where he's gonna be that top caliber defender, and then it's gonna be a lot more difficult not only to keep his overall high, but to keep finding coaches where he's going to fit on that team, because the older your player gets, the harder it is to find a spot for them to fit, right? I think I might be able to keep him at least like +3 on that top defensive pairing, but I think it's going to get increasingly harder to find coaches that truly gel with him really well, unless I find some like veteran coaches and stuff like that. But the problem with getting veteran coaches is then a lot of the other guys on your team will not fit into that scheme very well. But I think if I can get like an associate coach or an assistant coach that focuses heavily on veterans, maybe I can keep a lot of these guys until they're older. I can have like a fringe playoff team, you know. So we are 30. Holy crap. I kind of trailed off a little bit there. I just been like getting rid of prompts, not really paying attention to much, but it's like, holy crap, dude. We are freaking 32, 13, and 6. This is actually an absolutely fantastic record, considering the quality of the team that we have this year is much lower than it was a couple of years ago when we were just straight up President's Trophy every year. You know, we have 4 President's Trophies, I believe, since we started this series. We're in year 12, so 33.3% of the President's Trophies in this series have belonged to us. And it looks like if we could keep up a good little run this season and not fall off the map at any point in time, it looks like there is a chance we could go on another President's Trophy run. I'm not exactly holding my breath on that, though, because the Florida Panthers are playing some really incredible hockey, and we don't have any games in hand on them. You know, we're right neck and neck with them, and now we're losing a couple games in a row. If you want to win the President's Trophy, it's like you can't exactly go on a losing streak for any length of time, right? There's another loss, up against, and there's 4 losses in a row, and even that alone can completely destroy your chances of winning the President's Trophy, because where you were 2 to 4 points behind that team in top spot, now you're 8, and it's like the next time you lose, they're just going to keep getting that much farther ahead of you, right? So I like our chances of having a really good year. Again, with the caliber of team that we have, I don't know that we're going to go on a very long playoff run, but it has been an incredible career so far for Carver Lewis. Like I said, if he's going to have 100-point seasons from here on out, I think he's got to have them now, because once he hits 33, 34 years old, even the prospect of a 100-point season is almost completely out the window, especially considering a couple of years ago he dropped back down from franchise to elite. So he doesn't have that franchise edge over anybody anymore, you know? So it's like it's going to be increasingly difficult to I was going somewhere with that and I totally lost it. Yeah, so he lost that franchise tag. It's going to be harder to get him those really, really good opportunities. We got 101 points, 2 games left, 103 points, and we win again, 105 points. We go 49, 26, and 7. Not a horrible year. Like I said, I imagine we're going to be a first, second round exit, but 101 points. There you go. Another 40-goal season, another 100-point season for the offensive defenseman, Carver Lewis. 101. The 29-year-old is now in his career up to 1,142 points in under 1,000 games. Next season, he will play his 1,000th friggin' career game, and he should be well over 1,200 points. We are within 440 points. We're within 440 points of the all-time defensive record. Look at Eskalainen, 48 freaking goals. I'm going to have to sign this kid. And the Henry Omark, he had a 48-point season with us. That's awesome. Goaltenders. Nope, defenseman. Yeah, we'll check defenseman, whatever. I'm 70 points ahead of the next guy. Now we'll do goaltenders. Kozhanov with a 906, 284 in 70 games. And Fritz, 936, 195, 11 wins in 12 freaking games. Holy Jesus. Holy jumping German Jesus. Here we go, baby. So let's check defensemen across the entire league. Brandstrom had 90 freaking points. He actually got close to Carver Lewis. All skaters, Elias Pettersson gets 123 points, and McDavid with another 100-point season. 34 years old, he's up to almost 1,600 career points. But you can tell you're gonna see very soon, number 7 in the league again, Carver Lewis. All right, let's get into the playoffs, baby. And in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, we go up against the Buffalo Sabres. Like I said, I don't expect too much in the playoffs this year, but 1-0, we're up. Maybe second round, 2-0. Oh, the AHL season's done. Here we go. 2-1. Buffalo's coming back. 2-2. 3-2, we're up. Game 6, can we pull it off? Game 6, yes we can. We're going to the second round of the playoffs again. We are a consummate playoff team, but we just can't seem to get past that conference final. And I think this year is going to be no different. 1-0, 1-1, 2-1 we're up. Here we go. 3-1 we're up. Okay, so it's 3-2, I think, or something like, yeah, 3-2. Oh, 4-2, we go. We take them out in 6, and we're in the third round again against the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 1, we're up 1-0. We're up 2-0. We're up 2-1. We're tied at 2. Okay, here we go. We're up. Oh, we're down 2-3. 2-3. Game 6, and we lost in the Eastern Conference Finals again. My goodness, 10-8 in the playoffs. We had a winning record. Let's see the Carolina Hurricanes yet again. Let's view offers. They want me for 5 more years, and I am super okay with that. Let's re-sign with the Ottawa Senators for another 5 years. And we're going to just skip ahead just a couple more days. Yeah, we'll just skip ahead a couple more days just to make sure everything kicks in. There we go. Carolina Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup. Like I said, a bazillion times over and over again, every team that eliminates us from the playoffs wins the Stanley Cup. Carver freaking Lewis just had 27 points in 18 games in the playoffs. Look at Eskalainen, up to 86 overall. What a beauty. I love it. So let's take a look at his career playoff stats yet again. 191 points in his career in the playoffs. Holy cow frickin' pies. Let's take a look at the awards and jump ahead to the 13th season in the career of Carver frickin' Lewis. Florida Panthers with the Prez Trophy. Individual awards, Pettersson with the Art Ross. Pettersson with the Hart. Carver Lewis with his, that's got to be 7. That has to be 7 in a row or 8 in a row with the Norris Trophy. Pettersson with the Bing, Battaglia with the Calder, Aho with the Smythe, the Vezina goes to Blackwood, Kozhanov with the Jennings. Who else? Foote with the Masterton, Hneide with the Adams again, Grossman with the Selke, Lindsay goes to Pettersson, he's cleaning house, and Barnett with his 2nd consecutive Maurice Richard Trophy. I will see you guys in year 13. And we're back for the 13th season of the career of Carver Lewis. This is the last season we're going to do in episode 4. Or part 4, whatever's clever. Anyway, we only got a +1 bonus on that top line, but it is McCallum, White, and Eskalainen. Formenton again on our team for the second line. 1 year, $2.5 million contract with Kessler and Magnus Ottosson, the power forward. I got him for 3 years. We got a +3. Omar Kostopoulos and Backlund with a +3. Joseph Perry and Gavin Lowry and Gregory Waite on that fourth line. As always, Carver Lewis and Artem Lazarev with the +5 bonus on that top pairing. Bowen Byram and Ivanons on the second pairing. Jakub Radulov and, as always, Brant Clark. For special teams, we got a +3 on that top power play line, a +1 on the second power play line, +1 on the 4-man power play line, and no line chemistry bonus on the second one. Our penalty kill is looking strong. As you can see, Carver Lewis nowhere to be found. So we got Kozhinov in net again, and Fritz grew a little bit. Fritz is now a starting goaltender as well. So again, we got that 1A, 1B combo. Let's jump right into year 13. All right, and now we're beginning the 13th year of the career of Carver Lewis. I don't know what is happening to me here in part 4. It's like I am so freaking tongue-tied I can't even talk straight. I think it's just from countless hours and hours of just talking, and more talking. We're off to a 5-0-0 start this season. Holy cow pie, 6-0-0 start. Holy, it took us 7 games to lose our first games. Our game, Anyway, let's just keep on keeping on in this one. Let's try and keep this record good. I know our team, again, I say this every freaking year, and this team surprises me. So you know what? I'm going to stop saying, I swear to God, saying that this team is officially done. Their contention is over. They just keep hitting 100 points every year, and they just keep hitting the freaking playoffs. I mean, look at this. They're 10-1-2 in their first 13. The guys are like, believe in us, buddy. Believe in us. We got Carver Lewis on the blue line. How can we lose, man? And I honestly, you know what? That could be a huge part of it. The fact that Lazarev and Carver Lewis are just on that top pairing D, and they are just holding down the fort. You know, every time we got a team that maybe doesn't look like they could do too much in the playoffs, it's like Carver Lewis and Artem Lazarev just keep putting that team on their back. And Carver Lewis is like, guys, I got to beat Ray Bourque. I got to beat Ray Bourque, man. I got to get those career totals. All right, now we're going to start losing a couple games. Yeah, there's 5 losses in a row. But then we're going to take a win. It's all right. We still have a very respectable record. You know what? The attitude that I am going to go into this series with for the next forever is going to be, honestly, never count out the Senators, you know? That is the way I'm going to look at this. For what we've done in the last 13 years on this team, never count out the Ottawa Senators. In this universe, you know, in this timeline, right? It is, it's mind-boggling how even when our team seems like it's starting to get a little weaker, it's like everybody on the team just steps up and just keeps on producing. Carver Lewis just is so consistent with his point production and everything, right? So he now has 5 100-point seasons in his career. It's at least 5, I think, right? Or no, it's 6 now. 6 100-point seasons in his career. Yeah, because he had the 110, he had the 112, the 108, then he had the 117, then he had the 109 and the 101. Yeah, so 6 100-point seasons in his career, and the dude is turning 30, like he's 30 now, you know? Carver Lewis is like 30 years old now, or either that or he is turning 30 years old. So I would say he is still technically in his prime for, I would say, 2 more seasons after this season is done. So maybe after part 5 of this series, we might finally see Carver Lewis's production start to drop. We might see the Senators start to drop. But again, I will never say die at this point. It only took me 4 episodes to freaking get there and say, you know what? Never count out the Senators. Even if the offense isn't there, the defense just keeps getting it done. You know, we just keep winning. We just keep having 100-point seasons. Now our record looks like it's maybe taking a bit of a hit, but again, never count out the Senators, man. They'll just out of nowhere, they'll just snap their fingers, turn it around, and just be the best team in the NHL, right? 7-1 win. There you go. 31-17-4. Let's just keep this train a-rolling, boys. The Rangers just fired their head coach. We should be able to beat them. Come on now, 2-1 victory. There you go. We've allowed 2 goals in our last 2 games. Holy cow pies. Let's keep this train going, baby. Let's keep winning. Back-to-backs against 2 pretty good frickin' teams here. We got an OT win and a bad loss against the Nashville Predators, but that's all right. Just based on how many goals we are still scoring this year in a lot of the games where we get wins, we are getting a lot of goals. When we lose, we seem to lose big, but when we win, A lot of games seem to win really big, and that means we're still getting a lot of goals as a team, meaning Carver Lewis should still be producing a ton of points, which is absolutely what we need. We just need to keep Carver Lewis producing, even though we're now on a frickin' 4-game losing streak yet again. Here we go. This season has kind of been a roller coaster, man. Oh my goodness. There you go. Nice big win. We got 34 wins. Like I said, we are still a playoff team, right? It's just what can we do in the playoffs? I would love for Carver Lewis to get back to the Stanley Cup Finals at least one more time in his career, if not win a third cup, right? We already know that he is a first ballot frickin' Hall of Fame defenseman. The amount of hardware he's got, and in the final episode of this series, we are going to go through the whole thing, and we are going to essentially count out all of Carver Lewis's hardware, every award he's won, every milestone he's hit. You know, it's like we're going to do an in-depth look at the career of Carver Lewis, you know, maybe a compilation. We'll do a compilation or something after the fact, just showing all the great things Carver Lewis was able to do in his career. We're at 87 points with 10 games left. Are we going to get to 100, man? There's a win. 89 points. 89 points. Make it 91, baby. 8 games left. 95 points. We just got 2 wins in a row. 5 points in 6 games. Call it done, baby. 97, 98 points. Oh, hell yeah. There's 100 points again. 100 points again. Make it 102, 102 points. We're 48, 28, and 6. Never say die, Senators. That's what I'm saying. How did Carver Lewis do this year? 109 points. He picked it right back up again. That is the 7th 100-point season for Carver Lewis. Magnus Ottosson, holy crap, did he ever show up to. Same with Kessler and Eskalainen. Carver Lewis now has 1,251 points. He is 328 points away from the all-time record in the NHL for points as a defenseman. I'm pretty sure he already has the record for goals with 475. I will have to look that one up. Let's jump right into the playoffs, boys. And in the first round of the playoffs, yet again, here we go, up against the Boston Bruins. Skip ahead 5 games in this series. Here, what are we going to do, baby? 0-1. 0-1 start. 1-1. There we go. Big 6-goal night. 1-1, 1-2, all right, 1-3. Come on, boys, get back in this series, man. Get back into it. Oh my God, and we get taken out in 5 frickin' games in the first round. Yeah, I think. But again, yeah, you know what? I keep trying to go there. I got this like negative attitude towards this team sometimes, and it's like I got to get that out of my head, man. This team has a never say die mentality, and it's like I gotta stop. I gotta stop underestimating these guys and their ability to reach the playoffs every year. And the Florida Panthers are gonna take the Stanley Cup. All right, so let's very quickly take a peek at the awards this year. Carver Lewis led his team with 8 points in 5 games. We are going to take a quick peek at the awards, and that's going to be it for this episode. The Stanley Cup goes to the Panthers, the Canucks with the Prez Trophy, Pettersson with the Art Ross, Pettersson with the Hart, Carver Lewis with another friggin' Norris Trophy. This guy's he just owns the trophy. We'll call it the Carver Lewis Award. McDavid with the Bing, Hirama with the Calder. Holy cow pies. Byron Vezina goes to DiPietro. Payer gets the Jennings. Bolin with the Masterton. Hneidi with the Jack Adams. Grossman with the Selke. Pettersson with the Lindsay. And Barnett with his 3rd consecutive Maurice Richard trophy. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. New videos every single day. And as always, have a good one, people.